I am combining this bell rack from a Celesta, or also known as a toy piano, with another keyboard instrument called the melodica, which is a reed instrument. So when you press the key, it lets the air pass the reed, and that's how you play it. But I haven't seen the two combined before into one instrument, and I don't see why not. Fortunately, on the back of the melodica, if you just cut this open anyway, which I did, you can see the little flaps on the back open up to let the air pass the reed. Otherwise, they're closed and holding it airtight. And that little flap, I'm just hijacking the movement of that to add another little piece to it. So my first basic prototype, actually this is not the first one, is it? This is, I don't know how many prototypes I've made so far. Anyway, I made this wire and I've added a bit of zip tie, because the zip tie has got a good springiness to it, which is very important, which I'll show you why. Fortunately, there's these kind of slots also in the design. There's like two fins that kind of support the structure, and they're spaced pretty predictably the same throughout all of them. So I found a gauge of wire that was going to fit that gap and shaped it to fit in there. And I'm gonna, fasten it better, but even just by pushing it in, the fit's all right. You see the springiness of the zip tie there. So you need an action that isn't too stiff. Watch what happens when I hit it with a Sharpie. It's kind of like dead because it's not bouncing off enough. What it needs is a strike that hits it and bounces off. So it needs to be something that is sort of flimsy and flexible enough to sort of bounce off. And you want something that you can also situate close but not touching, but if you were to flick it, yeah, so that it bounces away. It takes itself away from the bell so that it continue ringing without muting the bell by holding itself against it. So that's why there is a zip tie on the metal arm, because the metal armature doesn't have enough springiness to it to move out of the way. Now I've made two different prototypes, so my main first one design was this simple one that just goes like this. It's just a straight shot, not too complicated. And then I thought, if I just add a little more leverage, like with this design, it has like more travel, and the leverage gives it a higher velocity, which is going to help with the volume of playing. Although I don't really know if it's necessary to add that much velocity yet. It definitely plays nice and loud. Alright, let's try the simple one. It gets pretty much as loud as the melodica. They both work really well. I think the one with more leverage does get more volume, but the simple one is so much easier and seems loud enough, so I'm gonna go with the simple one, even though the leverage one's kind of cool.